Hey guys, Tim here at Geekedupgaming. I'm talking to you guys about a brand new RPG. It's getting ready to come to Kickstarter. It's called Call of Catthulu. Now, I have the actual printed, finished copy of this game. It's just this booklet here, and it's got 24 pages to it. So what I'm going to do is take you guys through this and show you what it's all about. And I'm really excited to show it to you. I read through it, and it's got a really good storyline. It's got a really good background. It tells you a really good description of what each type of cat can do. Yes, you're a cat in this game. You'll play a cat character, fight against the dogs, try to control the humans, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and open up this little booklet and see what it's got in store for us. Let's go ahead and open this up, and we're going to show you what all's inside of here. Obviously it's got the contents, and so you don't have to go through the whole book trying to find everything. You can just go right here and it'll tell you what page to go to. And then some of these are just like little quotes by different characters that you can play as. And then it's got your cat characters, which there's 5 roles. There's the Catcher, Pussyfoot, Scrapper, the Tiger Dreamer, 2 Footologists. Those are the 5. Catcher, basically they're going to be really good at being limber and climbing and everything. The Pussyfoots are cute, playful, and sweet with just a touch of spoiled temperament. So it's basically like a house cat. Your scrappers are basically like your alley cats. You know, they're gonna have scars and stuff, and they're gonna have features on them like jagged claws or whatever, however you want to build them. Tiger Dreamer. All cats know that they are tigers in disguise. If humans and dogs choose to be full by size, all the easier to get away with things. So basically it's like they may be a little kitten, but they've are really a tiger inside. So they're probably a pretty good melee type cat too. And then we got the 2 Footologists, and they basically are going to be the guys that study the humans, because we're 2 foot. So this is a 2 Footologist, and that's going to give you the background of humans and everything else. And then the background for the game is all cats are born in the dark, and very few know who fathered them. After that, each cat's life process proceeds uniquely. Defining a cat hero's background gives the player and the cat herder more hooks on which to hang important happenings in the game. As discussed under challenge. Details vary by setting, but certain general information is relevant to any cat's life. So basically what this is saying is that a cat herder, which is basically your dungeon master in an RPG, is going to be able to change the story based on the background of each cat. Lifestyles that some of the cats do. Feral cats have no place in a human home and no regard in human contact, or no regular human contact. They live on the street or an abandoned cellar. So that would probably be, to fit on that would probably be a Scrapper or Catcher, because they're pretty good at climbing on stuff outside. And then hunting, the player should also decide how much experience the cat has in stalking, catching, killing, and eating small animals. So for a cat to eat a small animal, I'm guessing a mouse or maybe a rat, because it's a little bit smaller, gerbils. Maybe a ferret, depending on its size, stuff like that the Dungeon Master will be able to go through. And then it gives you physical descriptions of each cat, and how, if you want long fur, short fur, you want splotchy colors in your fur, or if you're a solid color. The difference between full breeds, half breeds, and then it gives you what colors they are. It gives you what eye color it is, which will depict on the type of cat that you are. And then it says the powers that be, and this is talking about the bad guys. Like, I'll just read it to you. Every game needs bad guys. In Call of Catthulu, heroic cats oppose the efforts of various mystic forces to undermine human civilization and the feline rule. Viewing the island reality from unthinkable dimensions beyond each of the powers listed below, which is, where did I go? You'll have mundane, magical, and you'll have like zombie-minded, generally giant size, servants of the gods, stuff like that. Oh, cultists can summon all those. Then you have the animal gods. This is going to talk about, as a few gifted humans suspect, the main powers from beyond are nor themselves human in form. What they don't realize is that those most focused on this world are the spirits of earth animal, older by far than Homo sapiens, which is humans. Certain animals have particularly powerful spirits bent on deposing catkind, destroying or subjugated humans, and shaking up the order of reality. And that's going to go into cats, and then what god they follow, and then dogs, and then what god they follow. And then it's talking about fish, toads, the wild, and it talks about other animal gods, like the rats and the bees. And then there's bad kitties. During the 10,000 year ascendancy of cats, and even before, certain feline and related spirits have gone awry and turned against the way things are. The former friends may pose the biggest threat of all. Warning: these forces are not nice. Younger players or cat herders who don't wish to taint their play sessions with the knowledge of chaos may want to skip this part. So you'll want to get out of the Mugo, Hasper of Catcosa, Shed Naprath, Mother of 1,000 Kits. And then they have Catnip out of Space, Great Catthulu. Oh, and then it talks about here big cats, lions, tigers, panthers, and large wild fields are something of a mystery. By rights, they should follow Patar Axelon, who fathered their species and appears as a huge black jaguar. So that's the picture that it's showing here, this jaguar as that character. And then it shows you challenges. And then like here it shows if you go into a scrap with another cat, it'll show you cow, dodged, gripped, or injured. And then you get 9 lives with your cat, and then it'll explain you what the 9 lives do. And then it's based on a D6 die. And then here's the challenge chart, and it shows you what each D6 means, or which each side of the D6 means. And then there's more challenges. And then scrapping. So here's scrapping, but it shows you the results here. And it says see pages 14 and 15, which is here and here on the next 2 pages. And then it's got more challenges over here, which these are just the typical ones. It's showing you like the cat and then what description of what they can do. That'll help you on certain challenges. And then it'll tell you about larger opponents that are a little tougher, larger, and maybe a little bit more difficult for your cat that you're using. and then it gives you a background of the world, and then being cats, how death works, how to influence humans, and then some of the other dimensions that are, I don't want to say insignificant, but are just smaller detail. I guess I'll put it that way. And then it gives you some, like a location. I think this is Stearns Plaza. Yeah, in the big city. A high-rise is a world unto itself. So I was talking about that, and then it talks about a place called Old Tomcat Tower. And of course, you can use these two locations and the other ones. The Village, and then this one's Big Kittens and Little China, and then there's Kit's Mouth, and then the Pound. But you can always make your own, like any RPG. I think this is a really cool idea to do cats, cats and then versus dogs, and both cats and dogs are trying to influence humans at the same time. But this is, being a cat, and then on the back of it, it's got a little story. I'll read that to you. It says, "Okay, kittens, listen up. It's time you know the score. As usual, the humans have it all backwards. They think their reality is the be-all and end-all. They even believe that they are in charge. They can't see the great storm of the multiverse surrounding their tiny, fragile bubble of a world. But it's a nice world, cozy, with milk in it. And we like the people. They're just so adorable, the way they pet us and open cans and try to understand. They have no idea what horrible threats exist outside this little pocket. They have no idea what's really going on, and we aim to keep it that way." So, you're trying to be secretive, be a cat, a feline, but then on the other side of that, you're trying to control the humans, and eventually you're causing chaos. So it's kind of neat to think, what if cats were really capable of that? And I think that when this goes to Kickstarter, I'd really like to see this get backed, and I'd like to see it go out and have a bunch of people playing it. I think it'll be a fun game for kids and adults. I think it covers pretty much all age groups, especially that he broke it down into taking some of the pieces out to make it a non-tainted or a more kid-appropriate type game. So this is called Catthulu by Joel Sparks, and you can find him on Twitter at Call of Catthulu, and you can find us at Geekedupgaming1 on Twitter, or you can check us out on Facebook.com/Geekedupgaming1 and like our page. Okay, so we gave you a little bit of a opinion on what we thought about Call of Catthulu. We think this would be a really good game for adults and children, and you can do middle school kids. It just really doesn't matter. This is really good for all ages. It's pretty easy to get. You pick your character, you go through it. It's an RPG. I mean, I can't really explain it any more than that. I mean, it's simplistic. You build your cat, you pick its eye color, you pick its fur color, and you could probably do other characteristics if you want to throw it out there, like the claw size and how they look, and maybe that won't change with the way the game's played, but you can draw a little picture of what yours looks like, and be like, this is my character, here's my stats, and you would pick like how good it is on climbing and jumping around and doing whatever, and how good its balance is, how good it is about sneaking away, which depending on what type is depicting on what kind of stats you can put on your feline. So definitely a really good, well put rule book. It's the easiest rule book you can read. I mean, everything's put in the correct format. The only thing is, like, the scrapping results are not with the scrapping description, but it references it on what pages to go look at. So that's pretty good. It directs you to the correct pages on if you need better details, so on and so forth, where I've read a lot of rule books that don't do that. And you're just kind of looking through the book trying to find it, and that doesn't have a table of contents. Most games have a table of contents, but not as simplified as what this one is. I mean, there's only like 10 or 11 different little tabs on there, and it tells you what pages they're on. But definitely, when this goes to Kickstarter, we don't have a date on when that is yet, but definitely check this game out and keep watching for it on Kickstarter, and go ahead and look for Joel Sparks on Twitter. I'm sure he's got a Facebook. Check it out. Go ahead and go to our page on facebook.com/geekedupgaming1. Like our page and keep updates on future Kickstarter projects. Alright, I'm Tim with Geeked Up Gaming, and this is Call of Catthulu.